will now be recorded.
Am I audible to you now?
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, have you opened up the Toyota case file? Please open up. I'll just start the discussion of the same now. Okay, I'll just share the screen with you. Yeah. So this is your Toyota dealership model. So here, Toyota Motors is in a business expansion. Now, have you got? Did you go through yesterday? I don't think so. If you have not gone through, I'll give you 5-10 minutes time. If you can just go through the entire case study, would that be okay? Or should I discuss it with you now? You want 5-10 minutes to go through the case study first, and then shall I discuss later, or shall I discuss right away? Yes, any answer?
Ma'am, we'll just go through 5 minutes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So 5 to 7 minutes you just go through, then I will start the discussion of the case study because you don't understand if I start right away. That's fine. Yes, have you gone through the case study? Hope some amount of clarity you would have got, even though not a complete clarity, at least some idea you would have got with regard to this case study. Okay, so this is a Toyota case study, a Toyota dealership model, where the Toyota Motors is in a business expansion in India. Okay, and they are looking for new dealers in India. So Mr. Sham is thinking of investing in this project. So should he really invest in this project? Will this project give him reasonable returns? Is what we have to think. Okay, so I'll repeat again. Toyota Motors wants to expand its business in India, and they're looking for some new dealers who can take up this opportunity. And Mr. Sharma is very interested to take up this business opportunity. So should he invest in this business or no is the question now. So Toyota has overall 67 dealers across the country. So overall Toyota is having 67 dealers across the country, and the annual sales for the company in the last year were around 1 lakh cars out of 12 lakh 50,000 car sales during the year 2021. You can just take it as a year. Just discussing about the previous year turnover. So overall, it is having totally 67 dealers across India, and the annual sales in the last year were 1 lakh cars out of 12 lakh 50,000 sales made during the year. And with this, Toyota holds around 8% market share. And from 8%, now it wants to increase by 15% for the current year. So it needs to increase the dealer network to 125 dealers across the country. Okay, so totally it had 67, and it wants to increase it to how many dealers? 125 dealers across the country. Following chart shows the average sales witnessed by a Toyota dealer in 21 in the previous year. Okay, now how many models we have Toyota? We have 6 models: Prado, Fortuner, Camry, Corolla, Innova, Etios, Liva. So these 6 models are existing under Toyota company, and in the last year, okay, of every model, how many units were sold? Prado, 1 unit was sold. Fortuner, 12 units were sold. Camry, 1 unit was sold. Corolla, 10 units were sold. Innova, 50 units were sold. Etios, again, 50 units were sold. And these are number of units sold for 1 month. So you have to compute the annual sales. Okay. And what was the selling price for each? Prado was sold at a price of 30 lakh with a commission rate of 4%. Fortuner 22 lakh again with a commission rate of 4%. Camry 20 lakh with a commission of 4%. Corolla 12 lakh with a commission of 3%. Innova 10 with a commission of 3%. ETO 7 lakh with a commission of 2.5%. These sales numbers are expected by 10% increase per annum in the upcoming years. So I know. So after the first year computation of the revenue, from the next year onwards, there's an increase of 10% revenue. Okay, and commissions are fixed for different models, so they don't fluctuate. So per model, what commission is being calculated, it is calculated at the same percentage. Initial investment for renovations of the showroom will cost around 25 lakhs. So the renovation cost is 25 lakh. Mr. Sham plans to take loan from the bank. Only 50% of the total investment with interest at 13% is sanctioned by the bank. So the total money required out of the total money required by Sham, 50% is sanctioned by the bank. Okay, Mr. Sham will run the business only for a period of 5 years. Okay. So next we discuss about the dealer and the staff requirement. Dealers should invest in having a showroom for display of cars and affecting the sales, and a go down to store the inventory, stock. So, so two places are required: one showroom, the other go down. So requirements. Now the showroom is 15,000 square feet, and godown is 30,000 square feet. So rent prices for showroom, it is 150 rupees per square feet per month, and godown is 30 rupees per square feet per month. And the operation and the maintenance cost will increase every year by 15% of the sales made. Coming to the staff requirement, one manager is required, 3 sales personnel, marketing professionals are required, and an admin. Okay, two admin people are required, and 3 to take care of the go down. Okay, so for manager, per month salary 35,000 is paid. For the sales rep, 25,000 each, and for the admin 20. For the go down keeper, it is 12,000, and every year the salary increases by 10%. Mr. Sham now has required details of the franchisee to decide if he should take up this opportunity or no. So we have to help him to decide whether he has to invest in this project. Okay, so this is your case study. Now open your Excel workbook. So all the details are given on the left hand side of your Excel workbook to make it easy for you. Okay, so for the showroom, totally 15,000 square feet is required. For the Godown, 30,000 square feet. So the initial renovation cost 25 lakhs, and here the deposit amount is also being given. Now showroom and Godown both are required to start up this franchisee, and the deposit amount required for taking up the showroom is how much it is actually. We have 54 lakh, and it is 135 lakh as a deposit for showroom. So 6 months in advance rental. So total capital required is how much? It is 21 crore 4 lakh. Okay, this is the total amount required to be invested, out of which 50% is sanctioned by the bank. Okay, and remaining 50% has to be raised via equity. Clear? So can we begin now with the invest estimate? First, we have to start with the computation of the business estimate, where we are going to put up per month how many units are being sold, what is the price per unit, and commission earned, commission in rupees. So I'll show you first, please observe, and then I'll give you time to work out as usual. So we have these 6 models here. Okay, yeah, so going back to the table, now Prado 1 unit was sold, so I'll just take it as 1. Fortuner 12 units, Camry 1 unit, Corolla 10 units. And Innova and Etios 50-50. So you're going to enter the number of units sold and what is the price per unit. So Prado, if you come back to the table, it is 30 lakh. Fortuner 22 lakh. This is 20 lakh, Camry. Corolla 12 lakh. Innova 10 lakh. Etios 7 lakh. That's all. After you enter, what is the commission for each? For Prado till where it is 4%. From Prado till Camry it is 4%. Again, Corolla, it is 3%. Again, Innova is also 3%. And the last one is 2.5%. Now you have to calculate the commission value equals to, please look up to this carefully. Computation of commission equals to the price per unit into how many units are being sold into the percentage. Okay, I'll repeat again. Please observe carefully. Equals to the price per unit into number of units sold into per month and commission percentage. So you want to get it like this. Yes. So please complete this calculation of commission and the rest of the values to be entered. And yes, total monthly sales, how do you compute? Equals to sum. So you should be able to get 39,95,000. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Very good. All of you have got the answer, I hope. So now we're going to go to the next step. Okay. Now we have arrived at the monthly turnover. Now we have to compute our PATs, profit after tax. So now coming to year one. Now for year one, what is the revenue and how you're going to compute it? Equals to your monthly revenue, okay, into what you're going to take now, into 12. That's all. And then for the year 2 onwards, we see that in your Word file, there is an increase in your case study. There's an increase of 10%. See, look here. The sales numbers are expected by 10% increase per annum in the upcoming years. So, which means from year 2 onwards, there is 10% increase. So, equals to year 1 turnover into 1 plus 10%. Okay. And then take it for the rest of the case. So compute the turnover. Then we'll calculate the amount required, rental amount required for showroom.
Ma'am, could you show the revenues again, ma'am?
Sure, ma'am. See, for year 1, how do you compute? Equals to your monthly turnover, which is here itself, 39,95,000 into 12 months. So monthly is taken into 12 to calculate the annual turnover. And then for year 2, from year 2 onwards, there is an increase of 10% of revenue. See here, I've highlighted here. The sales numbers are expected by 10% increase per annum in the next years. So what you're supposed to do equals to year 1 into 1 plus 10%. Okay.
Okay.
Then for the rest of the years, just drag. I hope all of you have got the revenue.
Ma'am, can you please
Yeah.
tap on the revenue year one sales, ma'am?
Yep. See, I've tapped on. I've displayed it.
can you please tap on the year to setting?
Okay, okay, I've tapped on.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll proceed with the rental calculations now. So how do we come up to the rental calculations? Please see here. Okay. Now, how was it done? Here only we have the details here. See. Now, the total square feet required is how much? 15,000 square feet for showroom, 30,000 square feet for the go down. Okay. 15,000 square feet for showroom, 30,000 square feet for the go down. So now we'll calculate for showroom equals to total space required 15,000 into per square feet what is the cost by? It is 150 rupees per square feet into annual rent into 12. That's all. So you get this much. So now if you hold this and if you drag, what may happen? You'll get values like this. So you're supposed to freeze both. Freeze C5 as well as C30 by using which key? F4. This also you're supposed to freeze because the values remain unchanged for the rest of the years. Again for go down also equals to 30,000 square feet into per square feet it is 30 rupees into 12. So here again freeze C6 and here C14. That's all. And now you drag for the rest. Okay, so compute the, do the calculation for rental showroom and rental go down. I'll just elaborate. See, I've just displayed the working here for you. Yes, have you worked out both the rental calculations for showroom and go down? Are you able to get the answer? Yes, confirm. Anyone? You able to get the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Right. So next is salaries, ma'am. Equals to the net salary or the total salary is being given for you here. See, 35,000 for the manager, for the sales rep 75 in total. Okay, and admin 40 for two. Go down 336,000. So totally per month to be paid is 1,85,000. So equals to this into annual calculation. So it comes up to 22,32,000. Okay, and here, so can you just observe the calculation now? For the next year onwards, what is the increment in salary? Again, there is an increase of 10%. Yes, right. Yes, salary increment is every year is 10%. So how you did for rent in the same way, equals to year one salary into, open the brackets, 1 plus 10%. So compute the salary for all the years.
Ma'am,
No, no.
can you come back again with the salary of the first year, ma'am?
I see I've displayed for you. Would that be okay or you want me to rework it again?
You just rework it again, ma'am.
See here, equals to, on the left hand side of your Excel workbook, the complete staff details has been given here for you. See, for manager per month salary 35,000, for three sales marketing professionals 75,000 in total for all the three. Admin 2 20,000, so 2 means 40,000. Again, to take care of the go down, three members are required, and per member how much is being paid here? 12,000, right? So 12 threes are 36. So 36,000. So in total, per month, 1,86,000 goes as salary to be paid for this stuff. So equals to, take this total 1,86,000 into 12 annual calculation. And for year 2 onwards, there is an increase of 10%, which has been given here. Salary incremental every year is 10%. So same way how we did for rent, equals to year 1 salary into 1 plus 10%, and consider for the rest. That's all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, bye. Do the computation and then I'll start with the operation and the maintenance expenses. Yes. I hope you're finished. Now we have the operating and the maintenance expenses. Okay. So that will be equals to what? Now, this operating and maintenance expenses, what it says, it is 15% of the revenues. Okay, 15% of the revenue. So here equals to, take the revenue of that year into 15%. So it comes up to 71 lakhs 83,800. Okay, see, I'll repeat again. It is a percentage of revenue, 15%. Here also the case has also been given as, okay, see here. Operation and maintenance will increase every year by 15%. Okay, so that is an increment, but basic calculation is what? It's 15%, just a direct percentage of revenue. So year one revenue into 15%. Okay, and for the rest of the years, it comes with the increment itself. So here, so what you're going to do, just freeze both by using F4. Now again, what happened here? If you freeze, you won't get the you won't get different values. You get the same values. So here now, as per you, now I freezed both your revenue as well as the percentage. Now, according to you, which I should leave freezing or which I should consider freezing? Now I've got the same values here. So which I should freeze and which I should not freeze?
I think you should freeze the percentage.
Freeze the so
Percentage.
okay, so I'll leave freezing the revenue now. Okay, I'll just take out the freeze. Okay, okay. So now, yes, this is the way you tackle the issue. So intentionally I did it. So this how we are going to tackle. Now see, we when we freeze both, that is the percentage as well as the revenue cell. So here we should know which to freeze and which not to freeze. So here we have to freeze only that cell. Okay, that is your revenue, and here your percentage here. So your revenue and your percentage both are there. Now your revenue is which one? This one, which is I-17, and this you have to operation and maintenance expenses is 15%, which is your B23. So if you freeze only one, that is more than sufficient. And then if you try, you'll get the answers. Or if you wish to, you can also do for every year, that is left to you. But however you make it, you are going to get the same values. And now calculate your EBIT equals to. Now for EBIT, give me a second. Now EBIT directly, if you can work it out, it's fine. Otherwise, if you want an extra row, you can just add up here after operating and maintenance expense, because you have to compute the sum. Total rental expenditure, salaries, operation and maintenance expenses. So you can come to row 23 and you can just insert additional row and giving here as total OPG, operating EXP expenses. Okay, equals to sum. So compute the total expenses. And then your EBIT equals to what? Revenue minus expenses. Yes. So finished till here. Yes. Have you got the EBIT? Have you got these values?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now next we move on to the interest expense calculation. Yep. So total investment required, it has been given up right here. Out of that, 50% is being sanctioned by the bank. Okay. And for that 15% loan, 13% interest is being charged. So here only taking that cell reference, you can do it. Okay. So how will you start with this? Okay. So how we are going to do with this equals to your total capital investment, okay, into debt proportion into the interest rate. That's all. And you know for the rest of the years they remain the same, they don't change. So here again you can freeze. Okay. As the same values are put up in all the years. They don't differ. Right. And then calculate your EBT, profit before tax. So what is that? Equals to EBIT minus I, interest. Okay, so we get these values. Yes. And tax equals to EBT. Now for the year, this one, we don't have a tax because it is a loss for year one. See, we have got a loss, so it will be zero only. There's no tax calculation for the year one. For the year one. For the year two equals to EBT into 35%. That's all. Okay.
Can you show the
Hmm.
which one? Interest expense, the first year one. Can you tap on that?
Yeah, I'll display it. See. I hope the interest calculation is clear. All of you have got. Then arrive at the EBT, which is your EBIT minus interest, and followed by your tax computation. For year zero, it is nil because year one is a nil because it is a loss. Followed by year two. Year two, anyways, you have done a couple of times. It is your EBT into tax, and for the rest, you can just put up the calculations. And then finally arrive at your PAT equals to your EBT minus your tax. Okay, you get the same value for year one, and for the rest of the years you get the values. So finish and arrive at PAT. I've displayed it.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
can you show the operating profit of EBIT?
What pa?
Can
Profit
you
before
show the,
tax.
yeah, can you show the operating profit, ma'am?
Operating profit is this one, Baba. Revenue minus the total operating expenses. Revenue minus the sum of all these expenses, that is rental expenses plus salaries plus operation and maintenance expenses. So your total expenses comes up to 40 for see here.
Yes, ma'am, I got it, ma'am.
So here you're going to add a row, additional row if you wish to, calculate the sum of all these expenses, and then you can easily subtract your revenue from these expenses to arrive at your EBIT.
Ma'am, can you show the interest expense again, ma'am? I'm not getting that answer.
Equals to capital investment look here, equals to your total capital investment is this, correct, comprising your deposits amounts plus the initial renovation cost into, out of 100% capital investment required, how much is sanctioned by the bank? Only 50%. Remaining 50% is raised through equity. So 50% is being sanctioned into, and for the 50% amount loan sanctioned, what is the interest charged by the bank? 13%. That's all. So you get the amount as this 13,91,000. Okay.
Why can't I take the debt raised total amount, ma'am, like at the end of the this thing?
You want to know only the value of the debt.
Okay.
I didn't get your point. Value, see, I've just taken here into 50% of the total capital investment made. Is that clear? So separate, if you want to take the loan amount, then you have to do the calculation first and then take the interest rate later. But this would be better for you. The total capital investment required. This is the total capital required, right? The renovation cost plus the amount of deposit to be given into, out of the total investment required, how much is sanctioned by the bank? 50% of the total. So into 50% into, for that loan, what is the interest rate charge? 13%. So then when you give, so it is paid 13,95,000 as the interest amount. Uh, or still there is a confusion with regard to this.
My doubt was instead of the 50% in the middle, we could have taken the amount that is 1 lakh 7,000 something in the initial funding amount debt raised. Is there, no, ma'am? That total
Can be
amount
done,
we could
can
have
be done,
taken.
can be
So,
done. Anyhow, it can be
okay.
done. Yeah. In either of the ways you can do it. I've just shown you in one way, the other way also it's there. Here, see here, I've clearly given you the division, debt raised and equity raised. This also can be adopted. This also can be done. But you should get the same answer, that's all. So have you done with the PAT calculations?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the rest? If you have got, then I'll be able to proceed with the others. Another 2 minutes I'll give you. If you're still doing, you can finish off the PAT calculations. And then I'll begin with the cash flow ones. Or if you're done with this, you can just confirm the others, at least one or two. I hope all of you have got the PATs. So now I'll start with the cash flows calculation. Yeah, already you have worked for the pharmacy case and the Bangalore Cafe case, so it's more or less the same pattern. So you're just going to paste the cash flows or the PAT what you have arrived in your income statement. Okay, so equals to, so you can start with the year one. Okay, okay, and then take it for the rest. And again, for initial investment, now in the year zero, we make the total capital investment, right? So what is the total investment required? It has been given here in the table. So you can just refer that cell, this cell, the total capital required over here. Okay, and in year zero, if I invest that much, I can start up the business. So I've told you a couple of times, when you're putting this initial investment, please add a one minus sign here, because this is the complete outflow of funds, outflow of cash. Okay, and coming to the next one, debt amount repaid. Now in which year the debt is being repaid? Okay, now in the year zero we obtain the debt, in a sense we obtain the loan which is sanctioned by the bank, and in the year 5 we have to repay the debt. So year 0 equals to, here only you can take the cell, initial funding amount, debt raised. Okay, and year 5 it will be, this should be the, this one, yeah, equals to minus same amount. Okay, so next statement, at the end of 5 years, deposit amount that would be returned. Now the deposit has been paid to occupy the showroom and the godown, so that amount is repaid in which year? The amount was repaid in the year 5, so equals to, so please take that amount. So here we have the, yeah, this is the amount. Okay, so you can sum up and you can list it In either of the ways, you can set the amount here. You can just add these amounts. This is the deposit amount. So it has to be, yes, 1 crore 89 lakh or 189 lakh as you put up the amount. And finally, compute your net cash flows equals to sum and for the rest, just drag it up. And finally, your IRR equals to IRR, your total cash flows. So you should be able to get 30.23%. So the table we are completing tomorrow, the interest rate table in the below case, okay, and the questions which have been put up there. After which we'll start the other case tomorrow.
Ma'am, can you please tap on the year 5 total cash flow cell?
Total cash flows, year 5.
Year 5,
This one. This
total
one.
cash flow, ma'am.
Huh.
Total cash. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Pa. Are you able to get the IRR calculation?
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yeah, Ma, tell me.
Ma'am, at the end of 5 years, the deposit amount, how did you get the 18 lakh 9 this thing, ma'am?
1 crore 89
18,
lakh.
1 crore 89 lakh, yeah.
You do equals to sum,
Hmm.
okay, and go to the left hand side of your Excel workbook. At the top, if you go, you have that initial cost column, right? Two columns are there.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
what is the total amount of deposit paid for showroom and for go down, right? So what you do equals to sum, just activate that function equals to sum, open the brackets, just select these two cells only. This was a total deposit to be paid, right, for showroom and go down. Select these two cells and then close the brackets. You get the answer.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you show the IRR again?
Yep. See, I've displayed it. Equals to IRR. Take your total cash flows from year 0 to year 5. That's all. From year 0 to year 5, your total cash flows.
Done, ma'am.
Done?
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So I hope all of you have got this IRR. Okay. So you can just save your file till here. And the remaining content, the small content, will be finished off in the tomorrow's class along with the other case study. Okay. Fine. So see you up in the next class.